Now, Calco, have you seen him race at all in these qualifiers? Because I haven't.
This is the third time I've seen him. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. This is the third time I've seen him. And yes, the other day when I stayed for all 6 races the other day, he was in one of those races, and it was the first time I'd ever seen him do the no cape, no Star World strats myself, and it was really amazing to see. He did it again just last race, the one that you were just taking part in as well. He just did it then too. So he is showing off the no cape strats in this tournament. And he's probably going to take that as far as he can until a point where he absolutely has to get a cape in order to have a chance of progressing.
I can totally understand that. I'll tell you, there's a few times, even in this route, where I do strats that I'm familiar with, and Ben was actually just watching one of my races, watching the previous race, and it's like, what are you doing? It's like, this is what I know to do. And especially Calco, I'm just pulling up his personal best. Well, he's got the world record for no cape, no Star World at 34 minutes, 27 seconds. So, I mean, I'm not surprised that he's going to do those strats because, I mean, if they're working for him, why not, right?
Yeah, it's just that later in the tournament, if he ends up having to, for example, do a 2 out of 3 set against Louis, the question is, will he actually do that where he goes to get a cape, or will he even try and convince Louis to do a round with no capes, just to make it a fun little thing where they do one round with, one round without, and then whatever they want to do in the third round?
Let me see. So just as kind of a comparison, Louis, he is 4th place for no cape, no Star World. For no Star World, he's currently sitting 5th. I could see that happening, but I mean, it is a no Star World race, so I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I would agree to it.
Sometimes runners will do their own little things. Obviously, I'm just speculating here. I'm just spitballing.
Sure.
But I've seen cases of tournaments where runners have had special rules on races that they've had a gentleman's agreement to abide by. And it's actually kind of funny that in one randomized race, I actually watched 2 runners both use the washroom at the exact same time. It was pre-planned. Things like that. It actually makes it kind of comical as well. So the runners are all getting to Iggy's Castle right now, all on a really good pace. We're not synced up here yet. Still got one runner who's a couple seconds ahead in the syncage here, but other than that, they're pretty well lined up. And we are currently running through the first room. Everyone's on the second room now. Classic James, because he entered the door last on our screen, is a couple seconds ahead. He's probably about 3 seconds behind at this point.
And this is our first autoscroller. I know that there's 2. There's definitely this room, and then there's Butterbridge. What is that? Butterbridge 1?
Butterbridge 1, yes.
Yeah. I feel. Is there a third one? I feel like there's a third autoscroller.
I don't think.
Or is it not this route?
I don't think any of the other stages in this route are auto-scrollers. One might be considered in a way like an auto-scroller, but it's because with the crushy block, you're limited to how far you can go at a time. But it's not actually a scroller.
Yeah. There's actually a really nice discussion going on in the chat a couple races ago, where there was kind of a discussion that some of the flyover levels are almost effectively an auto scroller because you fly over it. There's not much to avoid. You just kind of run through it and that's it.
At the same time, some runners like to give us a view of what's below to remind us there actually is something down there.
Yeah.
And Kako, of course, just fires fire at the flying Koopa. No, I don't need your cape. Get out of my sight.
Yeah. I'm actually curious to see, without the cape, if he's going to, like, what time difference are we going to see in him beating the level versus other people?
On some levels, it might be slightly faster not to have the cape strap, but that's very, very slim and far between. Like when we get to Morton's Castle, for example, not having the cape is going to be costly because you can't fly up that. You can't fly up that. Forget the first room, but in the third room, the main room, you can't fly in there at all. You're literally limited to what you can do with your feet. And in that stage, flying gets you up there so much faster.
And I do want to mention, when you, at the end of each level, when there's kind of the shrinking circle that it goes to black, that's where you can really see where these runners are placing wise. And I just want to mention, Calco was second place right after Louis coming out of Donut Plains 1. So, I mean, these capeless strategies are not hurting him too bad at this point.
Yeah, at this point, it's not really much of a difference. But later on, if you were to have 3 runners who were all sub 34 runners on average, you would actually be able to tell in the long run that Calco's falling a little more behind them because of the strats he uses. Yes, again, good on him for doing this kind of strat, wanting to show this off. But the question is, will he get through the tournament doing that? Like very far in the tournament when we have a lot of runners who can run 33, 34 in that range.
Sure, yeah. I do know, and this is something that I think we've talked a little bit about, is that flying does actually give you a little bit of a speed advantage over running, which is something I mean, for a casual runner or for a newer runner, you really can't feel it. I mean, the difference between a speed 51 and like a speed 48, which is just like the numbers the system has. I mean, it's so close, it's really hard to tell the difference.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to tell unless you had some data to back up what you were seeing, so you could be able to see, oh yeah, that is faster. Like put 2 side by side and show the difference side by side to show which one is actually faster.
Sure, yeah.
And if you blinked, you missed Calco just footstooling everything in Donut Plains 3 without a cape.
Wow, Calco and IDABS are like perfectly in sync almost.
Perfect sync right now, yeah. Except for the fact that one's wearing a cape, the other one isn't.
Right. So I feel like we're definitely gonna see IDABS pull ahead slightly on this level because he's gonna avoid every single obstacle. And of course Calco taking on each and every single platform along the way.
IDABS doesn't even know there's a stage down there, and Calco's just going through everything, getting the flying Yoshi with the blue shell.
I don't know. What is Dabs doing on the ground?
I don't know. I think he wanted to see if there was something down there.
And
he wanted the spare cape, apparently, in case he ran into Morton or something, maybe, or in the mini thwomp in Morton's castle. But he's not going to be able to do the quick kill on Morton, so that could be costly.
So I'm sorry to change gears. Watch Louis right now because he's doing room 3 on Morton's castle, and it's just the flying maneuvers here are just so much fun to watch.
It is absolutely unreal seeing that all the way up there, just like that. He's up there. It's like, wow, what did I just miss?
I know. I mean, he makes it look so easy, but it's such a hard maneuver.
Guarantee you that is not easy. If it was, we'd all be doing it.
Right.
Calco included. Maybe not. So yeah, you can see Calco having to climb the long, slow way. And it looks like Classic James is also doing that. He's not confident in his flying through this area, it looks like. So he also is climbing the same way that Calco is right now.
Yeah,
He forgot his spring, too, so that's going to cost some time. But he's going to get the quick kill, and that should be okay. And there it is.
Yeah.
Ace!
I do like, the timers are actually the timers from their streams. And so if you saw under Classic James, it blinked red. So I'm sure he lost just a little bit of time, and I can tell you, every time that happens, it just stings a little bit, even if it's only like half a second or something along those lines.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you're racing. If you see that timer go red, you know it's.
Sorry, Dabs just lost his.
I noticed that too. Yeah, I was just gonna finish my thought there. If you see the timer blink red and you're racing, and you're comparing against either your personal best or let's just say against your average, and you see it go red, it's like, oh, I'm not doing well at all. This is not good. Calco finds a blue shell and goes flying with it. I thought he didn't fly. Why is he flying?
I know. Apparently wings are cool, it's just not the cape.
Yeah.
Everyone making it through Donut Secret 1 pretty well. Louis is already halfway through. Is that Donut Secret 2? Is that the name of the level?
It is. And I guarantee you there's a level down there somewhere. You just saw a small part of it. You just saw a small part of it. And that's where the gray P-switch is located. And there's the final rocket to get to the goal. And boom.
Yeah.
And IDAV's now going to skip a stage. Choco, meanwhile, like a veteran Mario player, is going to play the stage.
Why would you do that? It just doesn't feel right.
Yeah, you can't really go that fast with it, can you?
So on one of our qualifier runs, we had Louis, Desui, and Meba, which is first, second, and fifth running this category together.
Ooh.
And it was fantastic to watch. And then our fourth runner, and it escapes me, but I felt so bad for them because it's like to watch like these guys with like perfect precision, and then the other guy, I swear he got like a 36 or something like that, which is still a fantastic run. But it was just like, it looks so bad when you compare it against the world record holders.
It just feels so so unwholesome being that guy who isn't as fast as the guys on the stream.
Yeah.
I understand that completely, but at the same time, it's a chance to, like, it's not just that we're not always going to just put the fast runners on. Usually one or two of them, we're going to try and get a really fast runner, but very often you're going to find that other runners are going to be on here too. It's a chance to promote them being in the tournament and promote them as streamers at the same time. So it's not just about getting the fastest runners, it's about showing off all the different runners in the tournament.
Absolutely.
So from the one perspective, it doesn't make sense that you're getting him against three really fast runners who he would be guaranteed pretty much to be in fourth place based on the PB. But the fact that he's at least being showcased in that perspective as still being a fast runner, is still being competitive to some extent, and getting that time in there and promoting himself for his runs in the tournament.
Mm-hmm.
And he can still improve in the time that it takes to get later in the tournament as well. If he can improve by even just a couple minutes, he can challenge if one of them makes a mistake during their runs against him.
Well, absolutely. And, one of the kind of interesting things that's going to happen is after these qualifier runs, the actual tournament is going to be a single elimination. And so that means, any major mistake. So if you make a 2-minute mistake, you could be out of the tournament. And suddenly, slower runners have every chance just because they might be a little bit more consistent, or maybe they were just a little bit more consistent in this tournament. Because bad luck happens, unfortunately.
Speaking of a 2-minute stage, or 2-minute mistake, this could be a potential cosm right here.
I think you're referring to the fact of just flying through Butterbridge 1.
No, just the stage in general, yeah.
Yeah. So many, it's surprising how many things can go wrong on, like, quote unquote, the easiest level in the run.
And this is our Resident Sleeper stage, because it is the 2-minute long auto scroller that we kind of have to basically find things to talk about, such as the fact that IDAVS is currently flying above the Koopas to say, hey, look, I can fly too. And Louis is currently going through and hitting the random vine that is in the stage. I don't know what that vine leads to, but he found it.
You know what? I have to say, it was the funniest thing. I was watching someone on Twitch do a casual playthrough of this game, and they go into a bonus stage, and I was chatting with them, telling them, speedrun secrets and all that kind of stuff. And they found this like bonus stage, and they're like, what's this? And I'm like, I don't know. I've never been here before. I have no idea what this is. There's so many like little things like that, like the vine, where it's like, I don't know. I've never seen that. I've never bothered with the vine before.
It's funny that you think about that you mentioned that too, because it's very easy to remember that you are a speedrunner and you're forgetting that there are parts of the game that you've never seen that you don't know what they are, and other people playing casually are like, well, this secret here, and as a speedrunner, you're like, what are you talking about?
I've never done that. That's a thing. I don't.
What, you mean Lakitu actually carries a 1-up sometimes? Yep.
For a moment there, because we've got the sound for IDABS going on, and I saw him finish the level, and I saw the other 3 runners still running a level. I thought Dabs had pulled ahead and I had missed something. Turned out Louis was just a level ahead. So...
Speaking of which, let's switch that over if we can. There we go. So we'll switch the audio over to Louis here, and we'll focus on him right now as well, because he's the furthest ahead of our runners here, as he's using the Cape Strats, which I think he's prone to do in this particular area, going right out of the Pootaboos as they rise, and just going to keep flying.
That is difficult. I mean, it is very scary with those spikes coming down at you. I commend him for trying. I commend him for doing it that way, because it's scary, and any wrong move and you lose that cape, which ruins like 3 of the next 4 levels or something like that.
IDAB's being very careful here. He's still going to take the cape flight. And his time returns red, so his PB had a 16-17 apparently at this point.
Mm-hmm. Have a fire flower right now. He doesn't have the option to switch away from the cape, and if you're not as comfortable with that cape fly, just do it safely. Make sure you get past it. I know a lot of runners, and I think myself included, will switch to the fire flower to make sure you get through that room as safe as possible. Taking the 1 shot on Ludwig. Calco taking the 1 shot. And then... So if we jump our focus over to Classic James, he's got an opportunity for a little skip right here. Oh, which he
didn't
just
get it,
barely
unfortunately.
missed it.
Yeah, he didn't get it. Yeah, I think you're a little behind me because I noticed that he missed it as you were talking about it.
Oh, let me see if I can just refresh and jump forward just a little bit.
And looks like Louis is doing the flying underneath. He's going to go for the Yoshi skip here. The wings, he got a power balloon instead. Power balloon instead, so no luck there. He's going to keep going for it. There's the wings, and he's going to go flying.
I thought the power balloon just meant you couldn't get it. So I'm kind of surprised to see that.
Nope, it's just the 1 block. If you hit the 1 in the wrong spot, it's a power balloon because it's based on the horizontal axis it's located on. So the idea is to get the block that's 1 over. That's where the P-wing is located.
And we're going to see IDAB's
Perfect clip.
Oh, wow. First attempt. Yeah. That's crazy.
He's going to try to get the block and stay in there. He did. Now I just got to remember to keep pushing down periodically, but not fall off the stage. And that block goes away, and he gets to stay in the clip as he grabs the key, but he's not going to put it in the keyhole, because why do you need to go to the switch pause when you're going fast? Mm-hmm. You're just going to float under the stage with the key, and you're going to come up in time to get across the gate and stay in the stage.
Do you know, is there a reason when he's under the world not to just do the hold down and swim maneuver rather than just kind of like pressing down every so often?
If you just keep holding down, you eventually enter the death zone.
Mm. Well, I mean, you know what I'm referring to is if you hold down, but you're pressing this swim up button, the jump button, you'll have like this very controlled swimming as opposed to, does that kind of clear up what I'm saying now?
It may just be a case of what he feels comfortable doing too.
That's true.
So except for Louis, all of our runners are on Donut. All of our runners were on Forest of Illusions too. Looks like Kako is going to be our second runner to get out of there. IDABS and Classic James are still floating in the wall. IDABS took a 3rd try. I didn't notice how long Classic James took, but took IDABS 3 tries, it looks like.
all four of our runners did. Did Calco get the clip? He must have gotten the clip.
I believe he
I
got
wasn't-
it. I believe he got it.
He got okay. Oh no.
Ooh, that's not good.
Well, you know, I mean, he loses it there, but I'm wondering how, like, I'm trying to think. I mean, the next stage. Oh, the next stage is a flyover stage, so it's gonna hurt him there.
He's gonna lose a little bit of time because he also managed to get the P speed in the underworld area, and or when he goes in the pipe and he can rock it out with the cape, and he can't do that now.
Oh, this is going to be painful to watch Calco. There's no way to get through Roy without the basically the intended strategy of the game.
Yeah, there's nothing he can do to speed this up. He's limited to what he's able to do.
Well, I can tell you, you know, that that time save from flying through here. I think that if Calco just focuses on this level, oh, he's going to take a damage boost.
Yeah.
That's smart.
He did this last race too.
Yeah. So he's saving a little bit of the time that he's losing. But I know how much time that saves because I've recently learned those strategies, and seeing the gold split come up when the first time you make a Roy fly, it feels amazing. So I you know, if Calco's interested at all in doing any kind of cape strategy, start there because that's going to be a huge time save.
And while Durwood dispenses advice to Calco, we watch Louis enter the chocolate ghost house, where ironically there's not really any chocolate in there, just very, very unfortunate looking set of ghostly creatures in here, including that flying boo that I'm sure a lot of casual runners would rather not see there.
I'm very curious what he's going to do if he's going to, without a cape, like what his plans are. Is he just going to run the rest of the race without it? And
we'll find out. He actually lost the fire flower too, doing that damage boost. So this is going to be very interesting to see what he does. Meanwhile, we see Classic James doing what Louis probably would like to do in Chocolate Island 1 with the cape in the flyover.
Well, I mean, Louis has 4th place in the no cape, no Star World category with 34 minutes and 37 seconds. So that is, I mean, that confirms for us that he knows the strategies of this route without the cape. So he might just have decided to ditch the cape and just finish the route.
Maybe, but it's kind of risky doing it small because if he misdoes something, takes a hit anywhere, he's back by at least 30 seconds or so. Meanwhile, he's in Chocolate Secret right now. No number on this because there is only one Chocolate Secret. And it's not much of a secret. It's just a bunch of very, very difficult maps that you have to go through here. And he probably meant to hit the charge and chuck with that and failed that, so he's going to try and do this again. And having a hard time with this. This is being very difficult right now for him. He wanted to kill that chuck, but he couldn't do it because it clipped through the ramp instead.
If you notice, once he kind of missed it, and then he kind of like tried to save it, it didn't work. If you notice, he ran all the way back, and what that's going to do is just basically reload the chuck and reload the beetle, so he can basically attempt it as if it was the first time.
Yep.
Ooh.
The hit after. Good thing he got that mushroom because that hit would have killed him, and that would have been a lot of time lost. So he's now on the final section. Has to be very careful not to take a hit from these beetles, or it will set him back a long way. He made it, so now he just has to get through Chuckland up ahead. He's going to grab the mushroom for safety. Good call. Meanwhile, iDabs and Calco are both just almost simultaneously starting Chocolate Secret, so they're just a couple mats behind. This is a very close race as Classic James is coming behind them, and he's about to start Chocolate Secret. So they're all in the same stage, or we're all in the same stage. Louis is now exiting the stage. What was that?
What's that?
I heard something.
Oh. It may have been my dog in the background in another room.
I think I heard a dog, yeah. Guest commentary from Rover.
Rocky.
Rocky, okay.
Oh, no.
We know his opinion of that.
Oh, no.
And we have Calco being first to get through the horror that is Chocolate Secret, and iDab's losing a few seconds to him there, so he's going to come out in third place at this point. Classic James is actually not very far behind iDab's, coming in fourth place on the restream right now. Louis is just slightly ahead once again. Any death anywhere in this castle, well, except now that you hit the midway tape, but any death, and this could, like that, this race just gets a lot closer.
You know what? I obviously I can't tell you what's going on in Louis' head, but I know that I experience this all the time, where if I make a little screw up, I just get like ever so slightly tilted, and I start making risky moves trying to get myself back on track, and it just makes it worse overall. So I wouldn't be surprised if something similar to that's going on with Louis right now, because he did take a couple hits and then took a death and then a second death, which
he's already had a really good run, so this is just off of his game right now, I think, because of the mistake with the cape. I think that's messing with him a little bit. Plus he has to be very careful with Wendy right now, because he had to avoid those poodoo-boos or bounce off him in a certain way. He couldn't do the fight as quickly as he would like. As Calco, I think, just took the lead slightly ahead of him right now.
Let's watch the shrinking.
About a half second for Louis. A half second for Louis. And iDab's just finishing the stage right now. Classic James is on the end of the fight, and that's, I think, the second hit, if I'm remembering that correctly. Ooh, He barely got the hit in before the fireballs torched him. So iDab's now mopping up the castle, and Classic James is about to do that. We are going to be entering the orb stage.
The orb. Oh, the orb.
Get your orb emotes ready, ladies and gentlemen. And a little theory behind this as well, and this is this ship is meant to represent the old ships that you see in Super Mario Bros. 3 on the NES. So the reason that this is the only stage that has an orb on it, the stage like that, is because back in Super Mario Bros. 3, when you did the castles, every time you beat Boom Boom, you would get to collect an orb that Boom Boom drops to complete the stage. Now, the ships didn't actually have an orb on them. You had to beat the boss and collect the wand. But I believe the reason behind the orb being used on this stage is because of the castles using the orb in Super Mario Bros. 3, this being something from Super Mario Bros. 3. So they what they basically did was bring in the orb as a callback to Super Mario Bros. 3.
Was it? It was a wand, though, wasn't it?
It was a wand on the ships because the Koopa Kids were carrying a wand, but the orb is a callback to the castle on Super Mario Bros. 3.
I see.
And speaking of orbs, get ready.
Gonna get our first one. It looks like Calco is just ever so slightly ahead. The player who decided not to touch a cape is now in the lead of the flyover category.
It proves that it's possible for anyone with any strats to win.
Sure. Well, and this is where like the really exciting part of the tournament is going to come in. As I stated before, it's a single elimination, so if this was one of those races, I mean, even though Louis has a number of world records and a number of amazing runs in many of the Super Mario categories, I mean, if he just has a bad run, he's out.
Well,
And
it's a 2 out of 3, so he would have to have 2 bad runs. And
is it?
Did you just see what happened to iDabs? He literally got
clipping
out of bounds and fell to his death. No cape, nothing left. He has to do this all from scratch. Oh, that will hurt. Everyone else is up on, well, except for Classic James, who is still on VOB 1. Louis and Calco are up on VOB 2. Are we going to see any clips in here today? Sandbar clips. As Louis just releases the wings for the sake of releasing the wings. No sandbar clips yet. But we do have the... actually, no, maybe Calco got it, but he did do the swag clip as well. Calco is currently leading this run right now. He is in position to potentially come away with a win in this, because the next stage is not a cape flyover. Louis would be able to get some time back if he gets a cape. Otherwise, he's behind Calco, and this could be Calco's race.
Oh, that's... I know that there's screen scrolling tricks to help you out, but anytime watching a runner get past all the crushers in that opening part of the Valley Fortress, just amazing to see. That is such a tight timing move to watch Calco do that.
It was amazing to just see him bouncing off all the Poodaboos in quick succession too. You have to know where everything is to be able to do something like that confidently.
iDab's getting sandbar. That's amazing to watch as well.
Nice. Will he go for the swag sandbar? He's staying there. He's going for the swag. He got the swag. Yay!
Louis taking a nice kill on Resner.
Yep.
I've said it
over here.
What's that?
Changing the audio over here to Calco, who's leading right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, he's entering Bowser's room.
He is.
Wow.
So just to clarify what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen, the guy who has not touched a single cape is leading these 4 runners.
I also want to quickly mention the world record in No Cape, No Star World is 34:27, his personal best. And he's at 33:17. So it's going to be really interesting to see how close he is.
It's going to be very close. I was thinking that too. Let's see how this... Oh, he takes a hit there. That's not good. But he's going to get the hit. A little bit of the time lost on that. Probably just end up in the wrong spot at the wrong time. Going to kick this Met Cooper around for sport right now. Here, go flying. Take some fight. Louis getting the second hit, no problem there. Doesn't take any damage. So Calco's going to lose another second taking the safety mushroom, which I'm sure he will at this point. Yep. So what the runners are going to do right now, they're going to keep that Mecha Koopa alive for now. They're going to let Bowser drop Bowling Ball, and then they're going to take the Mecha Koopa, try and hit him with perfect precision so that Bowser has a moment of amnesia and forgets about the fact that he didn't drop Bowling Ball, which it looks like Calco managed to do. Louis is going to do it right now. It looks like iDabs may have forfeit as he stopped his timer and the screen is off. It looks like Louis also got the Bowling Ball skip. Calco is now entering phase 3 of the fight. We're going to have one more round of Purifying Fire before that happens. Louis gets his second hit on the second phase of Bowser. Classic James is in the Bowser fight. No more safety mushrooms needed for Calco. He's happy with that. And Louis will not take a safety mushroom either, I'm pretty sure. And Calco should be finishing right here. This is time for Calco. So we're going to get an official time. Looking at the times, we have Calco finished in first place with a time of 35 minutes even. Get your GGs in chat. The guy who didn't touch a cape won the entire race.
So
over all the cape runners.
According to his timer, 34:56. That would put him in. If he didn't already have the world record for no cape, no Star World, that would put him in 9th place. So that's how fast that was. Just amazing to watch.
I'm going to confirm Louis' official time as well, 35:10 in second place. And we also have Marcelo Matos finishing in third place with a time of 35:34. Get your GGs in for them as well.
Did we lose audio there?
No, both runners are finished. So we just what we're having now is an instrumental on the stream. We don't have audio for classic games, unfortunately.
I see. Do you know? Unfortunately, I don't have the spreadsheet in front of me. Do you know if IDABS has already completed his 3 qualifiers?
Yeah, it's possible. It's possible that he may have. Oh, was that Ben just joining us?
Yes.
Yeah. He's completed like 8 or 9 races.
Okay.
His average isn't too bad at the moment, but I imagine he wants to improve it just a little bit. He definitely could.
Sure. Well, I mean, I can just also see, if you're not having maybe the best run and you already know that you've got your qualifiers in, it's not going to hurt to just call it and move on,
I had to find the sheet to find what IDAB's times are. I'm just getting those times right now.
And there's definitely something to be said for just identifying when you're frustrated or when your run isn't going the way you want, just to call it and move on,
I just want to say, congrats to Calco. That was incredible, that race. So.
Oh yeah.
So I'll just confirm. I'm looking at Dab's times right now. His average is 2,077 seconds, which is about. If you look at the longest time, which is 2099, that's 34 minutes and 59 seconds. So he was determined that he was going to have a time beyond that and decided it was not worth finishing this run because it won't have any effect on his standing.
Mm-hmm.
Classic James is finished as well.
Yeah, I'm getting a little excited because Calco pulled up a ROM hack, so I don't know if he's actually going to play or not, but it's just like anytime a ROM hack shows up, I just get a little bit of excited and see what kind of creative things can come out of this game.
Yeah, it's I think there was before the Super Mario World Randomizer when we had a crowd control race going on during the SNES Superstars Marathon. We actually had one of the runners playing a ROM hack while we were waiting for the other runner to get set up. So we were actually commentating the ROM hack for a while. So yeah, it's sometimes it's fun seeing those things. And obviously, I don't know if he's going to join us for this or not. I'm going to see. Are you finding who's going to join us for the to chat about this, Ben?
Well, I think Ben stepped away to speak with a couple people, but I see a couple runners in our chat room. They might just be waiting for an introduction. Are you guys ready to join the conversation, or do we want to wait?
I do see Silverstar and Stu in here right now, so we can at least talk with them in the meantime.
Hello and welcome.
Hello.
So let's start with Silverstar. I saw you saying you're done. You're ready with your qualifier times. How do you feel about your results in the qualifiers?
I feel pretty good, especially today. I got 2 of my times today. Even if I don't think I won. I won one of them, but the other I got beat by Umar, who had a really good run today.
I remember you mentioned a couple days ago when we were talking that you had a PB that you weren't happy with for this run, or was it just the timing for these qualifiers you weren't happy with a couple days ago? Or have you brought down your time? Are you happier now?
Oh yeah, I said my original plan was to just get 333s, and two of them were 33.56 exact. And
Wow.
at the moment I got, I think there were 2 runs where I was PB pace as long as I hit sandbar and actually saved the cycle, and then I hit sandbar and then missed the cycle twice, and it really made me feel like I should be improving it even further than just 333s. And so now I've got 3rd seed, I believe, because I've improved it so much.
Very well done. I don't think it's been updated on our sheet yet. I'm sure that'll be updated over the course of the break before tomorrow's runs, but we'll see how that ranks tomorrow. And good job on the runs today. I'm looking forward to seeing your play in the tournament here. I want to move on quick because we do have another run coming up here in 6 minutes or so, a weekly race for Super Mario Brothers 3. So I want to move on to a next runner here. We do have Stu in here as well with us. Good game to you on your runs today, sir.
Thank you, appreciate that.
And how do you feel about your positioning right now?
I'm very, very happy. Looks like on the rankings I'm in 9th. That's kind of the area I thought I could get to. I actually just picked up this category. I'm more of a 96 exiter, if you will.
Mhm.
But hard to pass up a tourney. Looked like it was going to be a good time, so.
Now I see your best time on there was a 2040 in terms of 2040 seconds. Just doing the math, that's about 34 minutes exactly. Are you still going to be trying to do some additional runs to see if you can get some improved times in there?
So I got the 33:47 today in the earlier race.
Okay.
And I was doing some PB attempts the last day or two, and I got to a 33:35 with only half of a sandbar, if you will.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely think I can do a little bit better than what I've done in qualifiers so far, but very happy with what I've shown.
Do you think I'm really curious, since you said you're more of a 96 exit runner. Do you think is there anything specifically that might be like a bigger challenge in this route, or do you think that 96 exit basically prepares you for this route?
Oh, it super prepares you. There are a few levels that are different. VOB 1 being the most interesting in my opinion. I really like playing VOB 1 in this category. But I like to think of this category, No Star World, as a mini 96 exit. It has a lot of the same strategies, but a lot of reduced stress. You don't have to do as many Yoshi clips or zips or anything like that. So it's nice and enjoyable, especially in this qualifier setup where we have just a race of 12 people going, just kind of chiming in. Oh, I'm here. No, I'm here. So it's pretty cool. Pretty cool stuff.
We're also being joined by Classic James. Good game to you on your runs today.
Oh, thanks, man.
And I'm just taking a look at the leaderboard right now here, if I can get that back in front of me. I do see you were listed at about 23rd, I think, coming in today. Did you get the runs you were looking for today to bring up your ranking a little bit?
I don't know if it improved the ranking at all, but I had 2 runs on pretty big PB pace going into Valley Fort, and I died at the end of both of them. But that still makes me feel better, because I just started on this run last Monday. So I'm happy with the progress I've made for sure.
And that's really good. And as I know during this last race, it's the more you play, the better you're going to get. And even though there are these titans, you could say, at the top, like Louis, for example, at number 5 on the leaderboard, it's possible to take him down. He had a mistake with the where he lost his cape, and I think it just kind of messed him up for the rest of the run. And Calco came out and actually took that last race over Louis by about 10 seconds. So even the titans can fall sometimes.
Yeah, I guess anything's possible, even if it's a 0.001% chance. But you never know with this game.
So I do want to wrap this up quickly because we do have the other race coming on in about 3 minutes. But any final thoughts from any of you regarding the qualifiers tomorrow, or any of you playing tomorrow?
I'm still sitting here.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, Ben. How do you feel about your runs today?
Yeah. I did 1 run today. I expected to maybe have to do 2 or 3, but this, yeah, it was absolutely perfect. I got the 3rd 33. I've only done 4 races, and it's a bit unfortunate it's almost top 3 average, because if it was overall, I would say my average would be top 5 possibly. But it looks like I could possibly get single digits seeding, which would be my best seed. I think I've possibly the best prospects in this tournament as well. Could maybe get my best tournament position. I don't know.
And yeah, you are listed 8th coming into this qualifier. I don't know what the standings will look like after the new times and standings are updated. But let me ask, since Durwood was running as well, how do you feel about your spot in the tournament, Durwood?
I'm just having fun. I mean, I think I'm like in 3rd to last place with the qualifiers, but I have gotten 2 personal bests. So I'm like overjoyed at what's going on with my runs.
And you will keep getting better. That's definitely normal. And by the way, Ben, how many are qualifying for the tournament?
I'm not 100% sure yet. It's not totally wrapped up. Something I wanted to very quickly mention is we are yet to see from one of our best runners and our very first multi-tournament winner as well, Retro Bob. He has confirmed to me, that he is going to try his best to do all his races tomorrow as he had planned.
Oh, nice.
I'd reached out to him. I'd ask, maybe did you not find the time? He's like, oh no, I've got the time.
If you guys need an advertisement, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to say, if anyone in chat needed an advertisement for tomorrow, there's your advertisement for tomorrow. Come here tomorrow, watch someone get his runs in to qualify for this tournament. Something to look forward to tomorrow. I don't mean
absolutely.
I don't mean to rush everyone off here, but I do want to clear the lines for the next run coming up here so they can get started too. We don't want to take all their time as well. So I want to just say thank you to everyone for the runs today. Thank you for those who did commentate today. And just a reminder, you can always type the command !R in chat, and you will be able to get the links to all of the runners who were running at that time on the stream. And I want to thank the people who did commentate with me today. I think, Ben, you were commentating earlier on the 3rd race. I wasn't in that one.
I think I did too. As always, it's been a lot of fun. It's very, very addictive. It's just so great to be involved. So thanks again to the whole Speed Gaming crew. It's always a pleasure, and it's just perfect.
And as for me, thanks to Jarl Crawl and Brams for commentating with me as well, and to Durwood, who just commentated this last run with me as well. Nice to have you guys in the booth with us as well. And let's clear the lines for the next run here. So good game to everyone. We look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. We'll be back here tomorrow, 6 o'clock Eastern Time. We will have more of the Super Mario World, No Star World qualifiers. This will be the last day of the qualifiers. Get here, see who makes it, see who gets better times, see who else gets PBs tomorrow. You're going to have a lot more runs to see tomorrow. So we look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. Stay tuned to this channel for a Super Mario Bros. 3 randomizer weekly race coming up next. Other than that, if you are interested in watching that, you may want to check out the other Speed Game channels. We do have content on all the channels. Due to time, I'm not going to go over them all right now. But feel free to check those out by typing !schedule in the chat, or go to speedgaming.org/schedule to do it manually. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Stay tuned for Super Mario Bros. 3 randomizer up next. Good night.